Alright, so here we are. A little bit of information. This is actually made by Mitsubishi. It's a licensed F-15. And it was basically the replacement for the F-104, which was licensed U.S. plane for the Japanese Air Force. It basically took over or started flying in 1981 in Japan. And they built or purchased 213 of these things. It has a length of 19.4 meters, a wingspan of 13 meters, and it can go Mach 2.5. Okay, so that's what I learned about it. Now, GWH, Great Wall Hobby, I assume, is what H is. I know this Great Wall. I think they make a realistic version of this plane as a model kit, so it makes sense they have a deformed version. They probably just squished the CAD file down somehow. Here are some images of what it's supposed to look like. You notice it's a lighter gray with a medium gray on top of it. But I didn't want to buy paints for this thing, so I just used the grays that I have, so it ended up being a lot darker. And that's a really dark pilot, where mine is probably a little lighter than that. The decals, no major issues. Oh wait, this is weird. There's supposed to be 6 red Japanese dots, and there's only 5 on the decal sheet. The instructions literally call out for 6 decals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they're not there. So that's kind of stupid, right? That's kind of stupid. I don't know what brand these paint codes are for. It's not Tamiya. Maybe it's Mr. Hobby or something. But I don't recall any problems putting this together. In fact, this is one of the best deformed model kits I've built. This and Tiger model makes what seem to be the best model kits for that are deformed airplanes, that is. But this is only the second kit, so I think I don't know what the first one is. Alright, let's look into this now. Get this out of the way. So you can clearly see the deformation. It's there. Starting at the bottom, I drilled a 3mm hole for a peg stand that I 3D printed. But you can see nice panel details here. All these panel lines, even like little rivet marks, which like Hasegawa doesn't have these tiny little rivet mark details. So very, very nice. Very easy to paint this. I hand painted this. I was a little sloppy on my AK Interactive jet wash stuff there, unfortunately, but no big deal. So yeah, I just don't have this dot on this side because I only had 5 round dots to put on there. It's silly, such a big oversight. There was actually room for 6 dots, they just didn't put it on the graphic. Very strange. The tire and the wheel are the same piece, unfortunately. Ideally they would mold the wheel as one piece so you could paint it white, then just mold the tire and slide it on top of on the wheel. Just like how die-cast cars are done, but no, you gotta hand paint it, so it could be difficult. You could probably, pose it in flight mode only, but I want to have the landing gear because they're so small compared to the rest of the plane. It looks kind of goofy. Alright, this giant decal, no major problems putting it on. I used some Tamiya super strong mark fit to get around the bump to suck it down there. I don't know what this blue box is, what that decal is for. Please leave a comment. I may have added some putty here, but not here. There's a little gap there. But all in all, I would say it's really good. And what's also nice is the canopy. It's raised enough that you could add some masking tape or masking fluid and paint it, and it's easy to remove. So that's what's happening there. I apparently didn't clean this enough. So the Hasegawa ones, there's not much definition difference between what's painted and what's not painted. I added some Gundam decals and stuff here to the pilot's back head. There's no decal for the instruments, which is weird because there's a big flat panel. Well, this thing is raised here, but I'm not sure why they didn't have a decal for the instruments because the cockpit's so big you can see into it. The head cannot rotate. No, it cannot. This is the raw plastic color. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have painted it and just left it this color and then used this gray for these splotches. But I may have had some paint some glue residue. That might have been why I painted it. Alright, after I painted it with these Vallejo water-based paints, I did a clear coat, and then after that clear coat, I rattle canned it a little bit with some matte, because the Vallejo matte varnish isn't very matte, but rattle can is. Okay, well, I think that's it. So not too much else to talk about. I added some black paint way back in there. Yeah, different decal on this side than the other side. Yeah, no major problems putting it together. So I just pop this on the stand. I have the stand, so I have the basic stats there, and sometimes the brand decal is on that decal sheet. So that works well. Clear piece of acrylic so it doesn't obstruct the view too much. So the predecessor is the F-104. This is by Freedom Model, and it's okay. It's a little sloppier in its fit and finish, and many more parts. So this is much less time consuming to build. And then this is a Top Gun Chen that I paid for to be painted. Top Gun Chen model kits are available on eBay. If you look up the review, there's a link in that review. It has magnetized parts. It's a far more expensive and far more detailed and far more better airplane. But still, for the price, these are pretty good. So they seem to be, growing in size. The Starfighter is a really small plane. This is really big, but and then that's different scale. These could actually be in similar scale, I think, because this is a far bigger plane nowadays than something like that. So, all right, well, they're cartoon airplanes, so I can't get too serious about scaling. All right, so have it in flight mode. Yeah, I only wish this brand made more deformed model kits. I think they're good. It's between these guys and Tiger, they make the best deformed model kits. Well, I mean, the Top Gun Chen is better, but that's significantly more expensive. I'm talking about mass-produced model kits, not aficionado model kits. So thanks for watching. Hopefully they'll come out with something new, and we'll see you then when it does happen. All right, bye.